Hello students, we are starting a new chapter, that is chapter number 9, Control and Coordination. In this chapter, we will be studying about the systems that are responsible for the control and coordination of the body of an organism. Now in humans, there are two types of systems which help or that are responsible for the control and coordination of the body. The first is the nervous system. It is also called as neural control and coordination. This nervous system, it is very rapid, or the process of control which occurs due to the nervous system is very rapid. This works through electric signals. Those electric signals are called as nerve impulses. And these nerve impulses, they travel very fast in a particular direction. And the second type, that is chemical control or coordination, or it is also called as endocrine system. Now in this certain chemicals that are called as hormones are secreted by endocrine glands, and these hormones help in the control and coordination of the body. So in humans, these two systems help in the control and coordination, or are responsible for the control and coordination of the body. This nervous system, it is very rapid. It works through the electrical signals called as nerve impulses. And these nerve impulses, they travel very fast in the body in a particular direction. Nervous system is made up of nervous tissues. These nervous tissues are ectodermal in origin. Means they are originated from embryo germ layers. Originated from embryo germ layers. And there are two types of cells present in the nervous tissues. The first type is the neurons. First type of cells are the neurons. These neurons, they have a cell body. That cell body is also called as soma or cyton. In this cell body, there is a nucleus, and around that nucleus, there is cytoplasm. And in this cytoplasm, there are granules. Those are called as Nissls granules. These are called as Nissls granules. And these Nissls granules are the fragments of RER, that is rough endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum. These granules are the fragments of the rough endoplasmic reticulum, and these granules are basophilic in nature. These are basophilic in nature, means they can be stained by a basic stain. That's why they are basophilic in nature. Now, there are thread-like structures which arise from the cell body, from the different parts of the cell body, and those thread-like structures are called as the dendrites. A long thread-like structure arises from one part or one end of the cell body, that is called as axon. This axon ends in terminals. Those are called as axon terminals. And these terminals, they have bulb-like structures. Those are called as axon bulbs. So, the cell body, from the cell body, different thread-like structures, they arise. Those are called as dendrites. Small thread-like structures, those are called as dendrites. And a long thread-like structure arises, that is called as the axon. At the end, it divides into terminals. Those terminals are called as axon terminals, and there are bulb-like structures at the end of those terminals. Those bulb-like structures are called as axon bulbs. And on the axon, there is a sheath-like structure. That sheath is called as the myelin sheath. This myelin sheath is secreted by the cells called as the Schwann cells. And in between, there is a gap, or there is a space in between the myelin sheath. That space or that gap is called as the nodes of Ranvier. It is named after the scientist who discovered that. And also the Nissls granules are named after the scientist who discovered those granules, that is Nissls. So it is called as Nissls granules, and this space is called as node of Ranvier. So this is the structure of a neuron cell. Now these neurons, they cannot divide. Or these neurons, they do not divide. Now these neurons, they are classified on the basis of different things. First, they are classified on the basis of presence or absence of the myelin sheath. So on the basis of presence or absence of the myelin sheath, these neurons are classified in two types. First is the myelinated and second is non-myelinated neurons. The neurons in which the myelin sheath is present are called as myelinated neurons, and the neurons in which the myelin sheath is absent are called as non-myelinated neurons. The next type is they are classified on the basis of the functions they perform or their nature. So the first is sensory neurons. They are classified on the basis of the function they perform, and there are two types. So first is the sensory neurons. These sensory neurons, they take the nerve impulses from the sense organs to the central nervous system. Sensory neurons, they take the nerve impulses from the sense organs to the central nervous system. The second type is motor neurons, and these motor neurons, they take the impulses from the central nervous system to the sense organs. Sensory neurons, they take the impulses from the sense organs to the central nervous system. Motor neurons, they take the nerve impulses from the central nervous system to the sense organs. The third type, it is classified on the basis of the arms or the processes these cells have. The first type is the unipolar neuron. Now unipolar neuron, in this, the neuron cell, the axon and the dendrites, they arise from the same end. That's why they are called as the unipolar neuron. The second type is bipolar neuron. Now in this, the axon arises from another end and the dendrite arises from the opposite end of the axon. So they are called as bipolar neurons. And the third type is the multipolar neurons. The nerve cell which we saw here, this diagram of the nerve cell is an example of multipolar neuron. In this, the axon and the dendrites, they arise from the multiple poles or multiple ends of the cell body. So that's why they are called as multipolar neurons. The second type of nerve cell is called as the glia cell or the neuroglia cells. These neuroglia cells, they are able to divide themselves. And there are three types of the glia cells. First is the astroglia cells or astrocytes. These cells, they hold the blood vessels and the nerves together or the neurons together so that at a distance, so that the exchange of materials can take place. These astroglia cells, they hold the neurons and the blood vessels together at a distance so that exchange of materials takes place. Second type is oligodendroglia cells. The example of these cells are the Schwann cells which we saw here. They secrete myelin. So the example of oligodendroglia cells are the Schwann cells. And they secrete myelin. And this myelin, it acts as an insulator. Myelin acts as The third type of the glia cells is the microglia cells. These microglia cells are phagocytic in nature. Phagocytic in nature, and they engulf the pathogens that enter the body. They engulf the pathogens which enter our body. So there are two systems which control the body of the human. First is the nervous system. It is also called as neural control and coordination. Second is the chemical control and coordination, or it is also called as endocrine system. The nervous system is rapid. It works through electrical signals. Those signals are called as nerve impulses. And these nerve impulses, they travel very fast in a particular direction. This nervous system is made up of nervous tissue. Nervous tissue is ectodermal in origin, and it has two types of cells. The first cell type is the neuron. The neuron cells has a nucleus, and around that nucleus there is a cytoplasm in which granules are present. Those granules are called as Nissel's granules, and these granules are the fragments of RER, that is rough endoplasmic reticulum. They are basophilic in nature. Now from the cell body of these neurons, various thread-like structures, they arise from the different ends. Those are called as dendrites. And from one end a long thread-like structure arises, that is called as an axon. Axon ends in the terminals, and those terminals are called as axon terminals. There are bulb-like structures at the end of these terminals. Those are called as axon bulbs. And the axon is covered with a sheath called as myelin sheath. And this myelin sheath is secreted. Myelin is secreted by the Schwann cells. And there is a space in between the myelin sheath. That space is called as the nodes of Ranvier. The neurons can be classified on the basis of various things. First, they are classified on the basis of presence and absence of myelin sheath. There are two types on this basis. First is the myelinated neurons. Second is non-myelinated neurons. Second, they are also classified on the basis of the function they perform. First is the sensory neurons, and second is the motor neurons. Sensory neurons, they take the nerve impulses from the sense organs to the central nervous system. And the motor neurons, they take the nerve impulses from the central nervous system to the sense organs. Third, they are classified on the basis of the arms or processes they have. The first type is the unipolar neuron. Unipolar neuron, the axon and the dendrites, they arise from the same end. Second is bipolar neuron. In this, the axon arises from one end and the dendrites arise from the other end. Third is the multipolar neuron. In these cells, the axons and the dendrites, they arise from the different ends. Second type of nervous cells, those are the glia cells. These are able to divide, whereas the neurons, they are not able to divide. These glia cells are of three types. First is the astroglia or astrocytes. They hold the neurons and the blood vessels together at a distance so that the exchange of the materials can take place. The second type is oligodendrocytes. These oligodendroglia cells or oligodendrocytes, these are Schwann cells. They secrete the myelin. The example of these cells is the Schwann cells. They secrete myelin, and this myelin acts as an insulator in between the two neurons. The third type is microglia cells. These are phagocytic in nature. It means that they engulf the pathogens which enter our body.